From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Thursday morning. Wednesday was a beautiful day, and it's going to be another beautiful day out there, but it could turn a little bit more hazy tonight into Friday and eventually into Saturday as well. Highs staying in the mid 80s through Saturday. Will be a little bit cooler with mid 70s for Sunday and Monday. And for Sunday, specifically very late on Saturday into Sunday, we'll have some small chances for showers, and the wind gusts will pick up as well. So a lot of moving parts to this forecast over the next handful of days. Current wind gusts this morning a little bit breezy in the Kittitas Valley, but elsewhere wind gusts looking light. Temperatures this morning back down into the 40s and 50s, although we are tracking some 60s out there. 60 for the Hanford site, 62 and 63 for Yakima and Ellensburg respectively. So your day planner forecast for this Thursday, 60s and 70s around lunchtime. Feeling very nice out there, and then 70s and 80s for the warmest part of the day. Still about 5 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year, but again, changes are in the forecast, and we'll talk about those coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, Kennewick police are asking for your help locating a missing man who has dementia and diabetes. Details on how you can assist is coming up. And local first responders put their skills to the test with a full-scale airport drill, simulating a plane crash caused by a drone. Our very own Dan Hansen was there to see how crews work together to keep the public safe. And the Tri-Cities' favorite fundraiser is back. Sausage Fest 2025 is ready to feed, entertain, and host some fun surprises. Well, all the details and these headlines on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. It is Thursday, September 18th. We want to get right into your top stories, and we're starting with Fire Watch as the wildcat fire in Yakima County continues to grow as others spark across the region. So fire crews are working around the clock to slow progression, but to give us a better sense of what conditions crews are facing, we'll turn now to our Chief Meteorologist, Josh Colbreth, for more details. Josh, what can you tell us?
Yeah, well, we're just continuing to see warm and dry conditions up in the Cascades. So that means that containment not really going up on either of these fires. Didn't really get any big updates when it came to acreage or containment yesterday, but we can actually tell a lot of information about the fire just by looking at these hotspots that satellite is picking up on. So we're seeing the southwestern flank of the fire starting to flare up again, and the northeastern flank of the fire has now been flaring up over the past couple of days, and this is getting a little bit closer to Goose Prairie. Still level 2 evacuations in place for Goose Prairie and for Bumping River Road. Okay, now let's move on to the Labor Mountain fire. This one also, we did not get a big update with acreage or containment, but look at this. The northern side of the fire, the western side of the fire, the eastern side of the fire. A bunch of active hotspots on each of those flanks. If there's any saving grace, it's that the southern flank of the fire isn't as active, but more warm and dry conditions ahead. Thankfully, a little bit of rain in the forecast for Sunday. I'll talk about that coming up a little bit later in the show.
Thank you, Josh. Now, new this morning, Kennewick police are asking for your help finding a missing man. So take a look at this video. This is Joseph Flaholi. Police say he has diabetes and dementia and may be confused or lost. He was last seen yesterday afternoon, leaving his home around 3:45. His cell phone was later tracked on US 12 just east of Burbank. Flaholi was driving a silver 2005 Toyota Corolla with Washington plates of BFV 0676. He stands at 5'5", 150 pounds, and was last seen wearing a white baseball hat, a gray shirt, dark shorts, long socks, and black high-top shoes. If you see him or his car, you're to call Kennewick Police at 509-628-0333. Turning to Yakima now, on Tuesday night, Yakima City Council approved 2 resolutions to strengthen traffic safety. The first agreement with the Washington Traffic Safety Commission provides nearly $173,000 to fund impaired driving emphasis patrols, and that's along with community education and outreach programs. The second resolution provides up to $75,000 to support a regional crash team. The interlocal agreement between Yakima Police and the Traffic Safety Commission will help investigate serious and fatal collisions across the region.
So this fully funds an officer and overtime costs for them to go out and do nothing but DUI enforcement for the entire year. So that's item F. And then item G is a new project that we've been working on with the Washington Traffic Safety Commission to fund a regional crash team. We started this project this last year by purchasing some equipment.
City officials say both agreements are designed to reduce dangerous driving and make local roads safer. In Pasco, the Tri-Cities Airport turned into a training ground. Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen says dozens of first responders and federal agencies took part in a large-scale emergency exercise, which is designed to test how prepared they are in the event of a real disaster.
Behind me is where first responders are staging for this drill. The FAA requires them to complete this training every 3 years, so they're treating it as a real-life situation.
Aircraft Alert 3, Medic 2822.
This year's scenario simulated a plane crash caused by a drone. Firefighters, police, the FAA, TSA, and Port of Pasco all joined forces to see how well they could work together.
We want to ensure then that we have the resources available and to take care of loved ones who are coming in, that the hospitals have the capability to handle an incident of this scale, and that we're well prepared, and we do that through practicing.
Franklin County Emergency Management says the biggest test isn't just speed, it's communication.
Today was a great example of a successful exercise. Just being able to communicate well, we using our partners and our relationships locally. I think that's a good display of a good exercise.
Airport leaders say exercises like this reassure the public that safety is always the top priority.
Normal operations, everything goes on as usual. The one thing I did this year, I put a message up in the terminal so people in the terminal knew we were having kind of an exercise going on.
Adding to the realism, 70 TriTech students played crash victims, complete with moulage makeup.
They have had lots of special training on this, so even though this is very stressful, they are trained to know what to do and how to triage, talk together, communicate, do their best. They did good.
Officials say having students play survivors helps responders prepare for the chaos and unpredictability of real emergencies. Once the drill ends, agencies will debrief. It isn't just about passing an FAA requirement, it's to make sure they're ready in case an emergency happens. Reporting in Pasco, Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Dan. Now, officials say the training had little impact on normal airport operations and no impact to travelers. The FAA will review the drill before officially signing off on the airport's emergency response readiness. 5:07, and looking to community events now, the 49th Annual Sausage Festival, brought to you by Christ the King Catholic School in Richland, kicks off tomorrow. So the two-day festival is packed with food booths, live entertainment, games, and family fun. So organizers say Sausage Fest brings together thousands of people each year, with all proceeds benefiting students at Christ the King Catholic School.
I continue to remind people that Sausage Fest is a dual purpose. One, it serves as a fundraiser to the school, but also it's a community event. We wouldn't put it on unless the Tri-City shows up, and they do every year. We get almost 30,000 people who cross through our gates every year.
One change this year is parking. The school says there will be diagonal parking right along Long Avenue. Plus, drivers can park at the two churches right across the street from the school or at George Prout Pool. And also this morning, the annual chicken dance competition takes place between students. And that's not all. On Friday and Saturday, there is a dunk tank event. And I will be one of the lucky ones that'll maybe get dunked. Hopefully not, but we'll see how it turns out. We'll have a recap of that on Monday. But keep it here, because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, we're hearing from the founder of a nonprofit that aims to spread self-love and body positivity. This as they get ready for their biggest event of the year, and that's their fashion show fundraiser. We have all the details right after the break. But first, our Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your first alert weather forecast. Keep it here. Good Morning Northwest. We'll be right back.
This is Alan Brecky from Alan Brecky Law Offices. There's lots of memories and stories that go with all these old files. That experience is so valuable and has taught me and my firm how to do what we do best, protect public safety. And that's experience you can trust.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
We're getting married this year. Woo! Time to save wherever we can. Woo! So we tried a different detergent. Seemed like a good deal.
It was not. The detergent was so watered down it left our clothes with stains and dinge.
My favorite shirt became my PJs.
And I'm not risking mine.
We're back with Tide now.
Yeah, Tide's the real deal. With double the cleaning ingredients, you get more clean in every drop.
Clothes are cleaner, brighter, and fresher.
For the record, I'd marry you in PJs.
Pajama wedding?
Yes.
Stop paying for watered-down detergent. It's got to be Tide.
At Apple Valley News Now's Phase 3 Digital, we have the right message to grab attention and drive leads.
Plus, the local expertise to connect you with new customers. Wherever your market is, we'll get results to build your business. Phase 3 Digital. Contact us today.
It's the incredible value sale at Furniture Row, and that means everything is on sale. Find unbeatable deals on sofas and sectionals like the power reclining Serena sofa, only $7.99. Save big on bedrooms like the Mia storage bed, now only $4.99. Score huge savings on dining with the 5-piece Acorn Hill Dining Group for only $4.99. Or check out the Consumer Reports recommended Doctor's Choice Plush and save $100. Or get 48 months no interest. The incredible value sale on now at Furniture Row.
This is Alan Brecky from Alan Brecky Law Offices. There's lots of memories and stories that go with all these old files. That experience is so valuable and has taught me and my firm how to do what we do best, protect public safety. And that's experience you can trust.
All across America.
Good morning. Good morning.
Wherever we are, it feels like home.
Man, it's good to be home.
GMA, it's an invitation to come together and brighten your morning.
Lions, Ravens, Monday Night Football at 5. Apple Valley News Now. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Here is your CoatCast on this Thursday in the Tri-Cities. Light jacket stuff for this morning, although 69 degrees at 10 a.m. That's really on the bubble for t-shirt weather. But after that, of course, it's going to be all t-shirt weather. High temperature is going to end up in the mid-80s for the hottest, warmest/hottest part of the day. It'll be about 5 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. So most of us in lower elevations going to end up in the low to mid-80s, lower 80s for the Kittitas Valley, but mid-80s for the rest of us. Okay, surface smoke is going to be a bit more of an issue over the next couple days. We'll go ahead and time this out with Futurecast surface smoke. And you see just some lighter surface smoke over the next handful of hours, but then into the overnight hours, we're expecting the Labor Mountain fire. We're expecting the Lower Sugarloaf fire that's burning in Chelan County, but both of those fires probably going to start to flare up again. Light surface winds coming out of the north and west, and that's going to put some thicker surface smoke into portions of the Yakima Valley, the Kittitas Valley, and even into the lower Columbia Basin. So that's what we can expect overnight heading into tomorrow morning. And then it looks like we could maybe go through the exact same cycle into Friday night and Saturday morning. But some of the rainfall for Sunday, some of the cooler temperatures, and the uptick in wind gusts will probably help out with the smoke situation. But speaking of those rain chances as we head into this weekend, look at what that's going to do to our temperatures, dropping down into the mid-70s for Sunday and Monday. And I'll show you the storm system and everything else that's going to come along with this. That's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Making a difference now. This morning we're hearing from Love and Me 911. It's a nonprofit that aims to spread self-love and body positivity by expressing art through clothing. So the team is busy preparing for their biggest fundraiser of the year, which is the upcoming fashion show. And I got to sit down with the founder, Sherelle Woods, and she says this is their biggest event to date. Making a difference now, we're joined this morning by Sherelle Woods. She's the founder of the nonprofit Love and Me 911, and she's here to talk about their upcoming fundraiser, which is actually a fashion show. It's a body positivity fashion show. So good morning, Sherelle.
Good morning. Good morning, America. Hello, gorgeous. Tri-Cities, what's up?
Thank you for joining us this morning. I love how you always, whenever I greet you or see you, you say, hello, gorgeous. And that's kind of what the organization's all about, making people feel good. Can you tell us more about Love and Me 911?
Well, yeah, Love and Me 911 started all because I've seen a video on Facebook, and a beautiful woman was being body shamed for a swimming suit that she had on. And it just did something to me to where it was just like, you know, we need to change this script. Like, we need to change it up. Like, we expect our kids to not body shame and not bully and not be mean, but we're the role models, we're the examples. So I always love clothes, I love fashion, I love to express myself through clothing, and I know there's a lot of people out there like me, and so I just felt like, you know, we need to get our community involved, and I came up with a body positivity fashion show, and it's not necessarily about the clothes that the person is wearing, it's really about the person that's wearing the clothes.
Who they are inside.
Who they are and how they can feel free to express themselves, creativity, how they like.
And I'm glad you brought that up because I want to talk about this fashion show. So it's the 4th annual year that you guys are doing it. So there are different categories with it, right?
Yes, honey.
Tell us about this year's event.
Okay, well, I'm gonna just give you a little sneak peek, okay? So we have several categories, and our creative team come up with these categories. We talk about the categories, and it has to do with things that we are addressed with every day. We have a category that the number 1 is the swimming suit. Why? Because that was the start of this whole thing. And so we want women and men to feel comfortable wearing what type of swimming suit that they want to wear, a 2-piece, a thong, a 1-piece, you know, and just be able to be free and feel beautiful in their own skin, no matter what that skin looks like.
Amazing. And so when is this happening and where?
Okay, so it's happening at the Happel Center, October the 11th, starting at 4 o'clock. We got a little pre-funk going on. You come and get some little bites, a little social hour. We have an auction table. It's a vibe. It's straight up a vibe. And then the show starts at 5 o'clock.
And so will you be in this year's show?
Well, I'm always in it, honey.
As you should be. How many people are taking part this year? How many models do you have?
Okay, so yeah, with 2 casting calls and a couple of drifters in, we started off with about 60 models. We've kind of like dwindled down to what, like 50, 45-ish. 50, 45.
Okay, that's a great turnout.
This is the biggest one yet. And these are models that came in and they sacrificed their time, and they actually are telling their testimony of, you know, showing confidence and showing in those areas where they're not confident, they're trusting us to help them get through that.
There are people from all walks of life,
Absolutely.
Different shapes, sizes, colors.
Yes.
I've seen the pictures, so it's quite an amazing thing to see. So I'm very excited this year to see it in person. And it's, again, October 11th. Absolutely. And it's at the Happel Center in Pasco. But thank you again, Sherelle, for joining us and telling us all about this event.
Thank you for having me. This is such a blessing and a wonderful platform to be able to, you know, show love, teach love,
and we love
kindness.
To spread voices like yours and share it with everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, proceeds from the fundraiser are going to the H3 Snipes Young Adult Program in Kennewick, and you can find tickets to the show up on the website Ticket Leap, or you can find it up on our website later today. But keep it here, because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Josh Colbert is back with how your weather is looking for tomorrow and the rest of the weekend. It's all coming up in his full First Alert weather forecast, which is right after the break.
At Tri-Cities and Walla Walla Floor and Home, our team has been in the Southeast Washington flooring business for 40+ years. You'll find more choices, lower prices, and hometown service.
No matter what kind of teeth you gotta brush, Oral-B Electric cleans better with one simple touch. Oral-B's dentist-inspired round brush head hugs them, cleans them, and gets in between them for 100% cleaner teeth. Your perfect clean starts with Oral-B.
It's Native. 24-hour moisturizing body wash that locks in 4 times the moisturizers of your old body wash.
Wow, and about half the ingredients.
Clean moisturizing body wash isn't a myth. It's Native.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino, your premier gaming destination. Experience the thrill of a Vegas-style casino featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and unlock exclusive rewards every time you play. Challenge your skills at our 16-lane bowling alley. Unwind with a drink at our cozy bar, or enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the Last Frontier. The ultimate entertainment experience has something for everyone. Nob Hill Casino, where locals come to win.
Did you know Fred's Appliance has been family-owned locally since 1962? Come check out what's in stock and on sale across all Samsung appliances at Fred's Appliance. Shop exclusive deals on Samsung dishwashers, washers and dryers, refrigerators, and so much more. Like this Samsung washer and dryer set. Save $600 today. At Fred's, our get-it-today inventory and lowest price guarantee makes us the most convenient choice. We sell appliances. Only appliances.
Hello, Shelby.
Hello, Mariano.
Upload Mrs. Robinson's case.
Processing.
Is there any new information?
The record shows no driver at fault. However, we found footage which shows the other driver caused the wreck.
Nice job. What's the insurance company's offer?
You know it's too low. Should I ask them for more?
Thanks, Shelby. But you know when they hear from the heavy hitter, they'll pay much more.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Injured in a car wreck? Call the heavy hitter, Attorney Mariano Morales.
At Tri-Cities and Walla Walla Floor and Home, our team has been in the Southeast Washington flooring business for 40-plus years. You'll find more choices, lower prices, and hometown service.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to be another beautiful day. Could be a little bit more cloudy up in the Cascades, but plenty of sunshine for the rest of us. And high temperatures still going to be about 5 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. So we will have 60s and 70s up in the mountains. We'll have mid-80s once again for lower elevations. And the wind gusts will be a little bit breezy in the Cascades, in the Blues, and also in the Kittitas Valley. So with those active fire perimeters up in the Cascades, we'll see how both of those fires respond to that. Okay, then for tonight, haze like you saw with Futurecast smoke becoming a little bit more widespread, and we'll see a few more clouds, especially in the Blues and then up into the Cascades as well. Overnight low is going to be down into the 40s and 50s once again, and wind gusts still shooting through the mountain gaps of the Kittitas Valley, but elsewhere the wind gusts should calm down. All right, rain chance is going to go up for Sunday. Other than that, looking like a pretty dry forecast, but the storm system for Sunday is going to be our big weather maker over the next 7 days. So here's some of the precip chances. 20% chances for showers and thunderstorms for some of those Cascade passes on US 97. But for Snoqualmie Pass, for White Pass, those chances more so going to be like 60 to 70%. And for the rest of us, 10 to 30% chances of showers. It's definitely not going to be a washout. In fact, here's a look at some of the rainfall totals we're expecting. Even in the wettest locations, only between 0.2 to 0.3 inches up in the Cascades. For the rest of us, we're going to have a hard time making it to 1/10 of an inch of rainfall. Wind gusts picking up with this storm system. It's going to be breezy on Saturday as well, but the wind gusts a little bit stronger on Sunday. Some of the strongest gusts around 35 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley. In general, between 20 to 30 miles per hour for the rest of us. And again, as wind gusts go up, temperatures go down, mid-70s in the Tri-Cities for Sunday and Monday, but then back up to the low to mid-80s into Tuesday and Wednesday. Here is the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. We'll have mid-80s through Saturday with haze, of course, over the next few days, then less haze with mid-70s Sunday and Monday. In Yakima, a run of warm, sunny, and hazy days through Saturday, then around 75 Sunday and Monday with a small shower chance Sunday. In Ellensburg, also turning cooler this weekend with a 30% shower chance, but feeling even cooler thanks to the stronger winds, especially on Sunday. In Hermiston, mid-80s with hazy sunshine through Saturday. Then the pattern is disrupted with cooler weather and a small shower chance. Finally, in Walla Walla, hazy sunshine in mid-80s over the next few days. Maybe a drop down into the mid-70s Sunday and Monday with a small chance of rain to end the weekend.
Coming up next, everything from giant snakes to Spice Girls and even the Prince of Darkness himself. A look at some of the highly anticipated flicks coming up soon. It's all coming up in your entertainment news after the break.
US Cellular makes it easy to switch. Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in.
We don't even have to trade in our teeth?
Nope.
I almost lost this one.
Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
What makes NUU unique? The amazing customer service that we offer to our patients. They know that they're heard, that they're listened to, and we genuinely care about their well-being.
From the second I walked in that office, I felt seen, I felt heard, I didn't feel judged. It just was like, we're a team and we're gonna figure this out.
I had a rare form of breast cancer. Dr. Fedino has just been fantastic. She was really just on my side and helping me, and I'm so relieved and blessed that I went there.
I'm nowhere near diabetic, and I feel amazing. And I lost 55 pounds, and I've been able to keep it off.
She had saved my life if she hadn't taken just that moment to ask me one extra question. I absolutely would have had an ugly cancer 6 months later.
Check out our new location in Kennewick or come see us in Yakima. Go to NUUWomen'sClinic.com to explore the countless ways that wellness meets beauty.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
At Bruce Heating and Air, our technicians are not incentivized by commissions or to find problems. We only look for solutions to keep you cool. Now through September 30th, receive rebates up to $1,650 off on a new Daikin Fit system.
The $7,500 federal tax credit for eligible electric vehicles is ending. Must take delivery by September 30th, 2025. Visit your Yakima and Tri-Cities Cadillac dealer today.
Right now, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in.
Are we having the wool pulled over our eyes here?
Nope. And you get the latest phones.
High five.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
The 3-Degree Guarantee, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your entertainment news, we're taking a look at the latest in showbiz, and Jack Black and Paul Rudd are taking on a classic beast.
And a tribute to Ozzy Osbourne's last days as a performer. So here's Rick Damagello with this morning's with this Hollywood Minute.
We're in the middle of the jungle and we are being hunted.
Anaconda is back. Jack Black and Paul Rudd try to outrun a giant snake in a reimagining of the 1997 horror film. See if the pair survive when the film comes to theaters on December 25th.
People thought I was that miserable cow that never smiled.
An inside look at Victoria Beckham. The former Spice Girl has a new docuseries that follows her road from pop star to fashion designer. Fans will get a peek behind the scenes when Victoria Beckham premieres on Netflix October 9th.
If my life's coming to an end, I really can't complain. I had a great life.
A look at Ozzy Osbourne's final days on stage. An upcoming documentary captures the late rock star as he records his last album and his concluding live performance. Ozzy, No Escape From Now will be available to stream on Paramount Plus starting October 7th. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damagella.
Every time I see them, I can't help but think, Sharon!
Sharon!
That Paul Rudd and Jack Black movie looks good.
It does.
Anything with Jack Black, like, has me dying laughing. So good.
Anything with Paul Rudd. I saw Death of a Unicorn with him and Jenna Ortega.
Was it good? That's on my list.
It was pretty good. It was a little wacky. It was a little out there.
Is it thrillery or scary?
I would say thriller, but also comedy. It's really funny, too.
Ooh, okay, I'm going to watch that soon. All right, keep it here because coming up next, buying a home just got a little easier in the Tri-Cities with the new changes to a local program that could help families afford their dream home. And a smart investment is paying off in Boardman. Upgraded water systems funded by a 2020 bond helped firefighters contain a recent blaze. It also ensured reliable water for residents and businesses. And we have all the details on these stories and more coming up. But first, we're going to check out your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Meta's new AI-powered smart glasses. They look slightly like a beefier pair of Ray-Bans, and they're paired with a wristband that controls a display inside the lens. Now, users can see everything from videos to text. They cost about $800 and will be available September 30th. Well, next, a gadget on a different level. Casio's robotic pet, Mothlan. The company says it's meant to be held and cuddled to provide a calming presence. Mothlan has been selling so well over in Japan that it's coming to the US, and sales are expected to start in about 2 weeks. Google's AI assistant will soon bring you up to date on things you missed during a Google Meet call. The Ask Gemini feature will use captions, Google Docs, and even slides from the call to answer your questions. It can also provide summaries on what was said by specific people. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Morgan Norwood. Make it a great day.
Fans are the heartbeat of the game. If the fans aren't there and the energy isn't up, it can completely change the momentum of the game. My relationship with fans, it's extremely important. Knowing that I have all of these amazing women by my side who know that they belong here, it is everything. Fan like a pro at NFLshop.com.
Cute, but can my teeth be whiter?
It's not your fault. Teeth yellow with time. Just one kit of Crest 3D White Strips reveals your whitest smile for 12 months.
Whoa, I know.
Crest.
Be the one thing that can change everything. Be bold. Be authentic. In a world where you can be anything. Be love. Be love. Be love. Be love. Pandora.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
3-degree guarantee.
Yes, ma'am.
What are we at?
We are up to $200 now.
Ooh.
So that's been 8 days in a row, quietly putting together another streak. So we went with forecast high of 85 yesterday in Pasco Tri-Cities and it verified at 87. So yes, now the jackpot up to $200. So for today, forecast high of 84 in Pasco Tri-Cities. If it verifies between 81 to 87, jackpot's going to hit $225. If that doesn't happen, the jackpot could be yours. Find out how to win the jackpot by going to applevalleyNewsNow.com, clicking on the contest page, or you can scan the QR code that's on your screen. Bottom line for the forecast, haze is going to be picking up for tonight into Friday, into Saturday. High temperatures staying in the mid-80s through Saturday, dropping down into the mid-70s for Sunday and Monday, at least for lower elevations. And shower chances going up, wind gusts going up late Saturday into Sunday. So that will be the main weather maker that will have, honestly, over the next 7 days. Wind gusts for this morning, a little bit breezy in the Kittitas Valley. For the rest of us, wind gusts are looking light, and temperatures in the 40s and 50s up in the mountains, 50s and 60s for lower elevations, 62, 63, and 64 in Yakima, Ellensburg, and Walla Walla for this morning, about 51 down in the Tri-Cities. Speaking of the Tri-Cities, here's the hourly forecast for this Thursday. Mid-70s and sunshine around lunchtime, mid-80s for the warmest part of the day. Day planner forecast for today, again, you see 4 lower elevations going to end up in general in the low to mid 80s, and I'll take you on that zone by zone tour of what's going to end up being another terrific forecast that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. We begin this half hour of news in Richland, where buying a home just got a bit easier. The Tri-Cities Home Consortium has made some changes to one of its biggest programs. The Home Ownership Assistance Program, also called Down Payment Assistance, has been revamped to provide more financial help for families looking to buy a home. So until recently, the program only offered $10,000 towards a down payment, but officials say that wasn't enough in today's housing market. So now eligible buyers can get up to 20% of their home's cost, capped at $50,000.
Looked at the market. We've looked at, you have lack of applications, a higher market, what can we do to help more families? And so we were able to increase our amount that we can offer, increase the funding through our home program, which is HUD funding, and then hopefully provide the assistance to more people.
The program is open to low-income families across Kennewick, Pasco, and Richland, but officials say it's still too early to tell how many more people will apply under the new guidelines. Now to Oregon news, thanks to a voter-approved bond, firefighters in Boardman have had the water supply they needed to fight a recent blaze. Apple Valley News Now's William Albert shows us how these upgrades are already making a difference.
In Boardman, voters approved an $18 million infrastructure bond back in May of 2020, and now city leaders say those upgrades are already paying off, helping firefighters contain a recent blaze this summer before it could cause even more damage.
This is kind of part of the strategic planning process that the city of Boardman has undertook over many years and saw the need to address these issues. So the city manager, city council had discussions, hey, we need to improve our infrastructure.
That bond allowed the city to build a larger water mains, a redundant loop in the system, a 1 million-gallon tank, and a reliable backup water supply. Leaders say the bond was chosen over loans to keep rates low for residents.
They could have went out and got an FDA loan, which meant that they take our water rates and have a set minimum water rate of $45 and $48 for water and sewer. Right now, our water rates aren't even close to that, and the city wanted to keep those rates at an affordable price. So they had the option to either go out and get a loan, build the system, or they pass a bond.
With the system in place, officials say the city now has reliability it needs, not just for fire response, but also for everyday use.
We're fine. We're hardly even touching the system, which was huge because there was a lot of water being utilized. But not only does it affect public safety, but it's for our consumers. They have water when they need it. They have water pressure when they need it. If for some reason there's a break somewhere in the system, it's a redundant loop now, so they can shut the power off or water off at one location and then pump it from a different directions.
According to city officials, the updated water systems played a big role in containing the fires that happened here in Boardman earlier this summer.
We had a large incident on our hands. So in this particular incident, it's over on Willow Fork, where a main part of the structures were burning again because the city of Boardman had taken the time to upgrade their water system. We didn't have to worry about water supply.
And beyond fire protection, the bond-funded projects are strengthening Boardman's water system for families and businesses well into the future. In Boardman, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
And city leaders say the bond also funded major wastewater upgrades. They say these projects will support growth and keep rates affordable for years to come. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, we're talking sports as the Walla Walla boys basketball team now has a new head coach, and he's no stranger to the program. We have how he's helping shape the Blue Devils' future, all coming up right after the break.
A magical flight over Walla Walla Vineyards. Fly the Northwest, Tuesday at 6.
Mel has never been exposed to women like us.
To love, happiness, and fun.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. From the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get a 2.99% APR on a 2026 CR-V.
Attention former Hanford workers and contractors. You deserve the benefits and care you've earned. You may qualify for benefits including life-changing in-home health care. Join United Energy Workers Healthcare for a free benefits fair and lunch at the Three Rivers Convention Center in Kennewick on Friday, September 19th. Reconnect, enjoy great food, and learn about exclusive benefits to help you live longer, better, and independently at home. RSVP by calling 509-286-2661 or visit uewhealth.com.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery, Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
Do it all with Steel Battery. Now is the best time to save big on over 40 hardworking Steel tools. Hurry into your local Steel dealer or shop online.
The Inland Northwest is a vibrant community, rich in tradition and pride. And Culligan has a long history of providing custom solutions to address the area's water worries, like nitrates, bacteria, and PFAS. Culligan, water you love since 1936.
At Apple Valley News Now's Phase 3 Digital, we have the right message to grab attention and drive leads.
Plus, the local expertise to connect you with new customers. Wherever your market is, we'll get results to build your business. Phase 3 Digital. Contact us today.
All across America.
Good morning. Good morning.
Wherever we are, it feels like home.
Man, it's good to be home.
GMA, it's an invitation to come together and brighten your morning.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take you on a zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast. We start off in Kittitas County. A few more clouds up in the Cascades, but in the Kittitas Valley, going to have more sunshine. Highs will end up in the low 80s. A little bit breezy today. Some of those gusts out of the north and west, anywhere between 15 to 25 miles per hour. So we are expecting more active fire behavior for both the Wildcat Fire and the Labor Mountain Fire. Then in the Yakima Valley, light winds here. We're going to have high temperatures in the mid-80s, a lot of sunshine here, also a lot of sunshine and light winds in the lower Columbia Basin, where most of us are going to end up in the mid-80s, could have some upper 70s down towards Boardman. And then for the foothills, around 80 for the Morrow County foothills, but mid-80s for the foothills of Umatilla and Walla Walla counties, then 70s and 80s for the highest terrain of the Blue Mountains. Plenty of sunshine out this way as well. And a little bit breezy, especially down towards the Battle Mountain Summit and Ukiah. Some of those gusts out of the north and east, peaking around 15 to 20 miles per hour. Okay, let's touch on today's vegetation dryness forecast. We talked about this yesterday, going to talk about it again for today. Remember, about a month ago, we were seeing vegetation dryness that was critical to significant, now just elevated to medium levels of dryness, but that's why we are seeing some incremental growth to the fires that are still up in the upper Yakima Basin of the Cascades in particular. But we do have some rainfall on the way. It's not very much. Also, we have a little drop off in temperatures, although that is also not very much as well. But I'll talk about that as we head into this weekend. That's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Talking sports now, Walla Walla High School has a new boys basketball coach. Spencer Hessler and Apple Valley News Now's Jake Gable sat down with the newly hired coach to learn more.
After former Walla Walla basketball head coach Adam Berg resigned this offseason to accept an assistant coaching position with Whitman College, Walla Walla didn't have to look far for a replacement. Assistant head coach Spencer Hessler has now taken over, and he has a lot of ties to the program.
I grew up in this area, and I was a fan of this program from a very young age, and I got the chance to eventually go to Walla High and be part of the program, and I was a 3-year starter. My senior year, we went to state, so I kind of felt like I had a lot of good success in this program, and then these last 8 years, got the chance to come back.
Already having a strong rapport with the players, Hessler feels like that gave him an advantage in the head coaching search.
That stood out in my interview. We had the player portion interview, and I've been with these kids for the last, the seniors. This is their 4th year with them, so there's a familiarity between the two of us, between all of us, and they know what to expect out of me. They know the way we're going to do things. It's going to be very similar to we ran with the old coach.
Coaching is about more than just basketball for Hessler. A teacher himself at Lincoln High School, his goal is to build better men as well as better players.
I want to build relationships with them and let them know that I care about them. I feel like kids, if they know an adult cares about them, they're willing to play harder for them, go the extra mile for them. That's how I am as an adult. If people care about me, I want to prove them right. So Developing relationships is a big part of my philosophy, and then teaching the proper fundamentals of how we play the game, especially in our system and what that looks like.
Hessler will have the opportunity to start working with his players once open gyms start up in October. In Walla Walla, Jake Gable, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Jake. And the Walla Walla Athletic Director, Chris Ferenz, says Hessler is ready for this opportunity and that he comes in prepared to lead the next chapter of their program. And keep it here, because coming up next, we've got your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door. And Josh is back with your full First Alert weather forecast. It's all right after the break.
Conflict creates a lot of stress in our lives, yet conflict is inevitable. Whether it be with family, co-workers, or neighbors, disagreements are never pleasant. At the Dispute Resolution Center, we help people resolve conflict, avoid lawsuits, and heal relationships through mediation. Call us at 509-783-3325 or go to drctc.org to learn more. The Dispute Resolution Center, where arguments become agreements.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
Right now, U.S. Cellular makes it easy to switch and get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in.
No trade-in? But we're willing to trade in our teeth.
Nope, you don't have to trade your teeth in or an old phone.
I like that.
Yeah, your parents get an amazing deal.
I almost lost this one.
Yeah, you get to leave your tooth under your pillow.
For me, it's tooth fairy time.
Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
No matter what kind of teeth you gotta brush, Oral-B Electric cleans better with one simple touch. Oral-B's dentist-inspired round brush head hugs them, cleans them, and gets in between them for 100% cleaner teeth. Your perfect clean starts with Oral-B.
Make that 2 on me. Can I land this baddie? Not if Stress Sweat BO gets in the way. Luckily, I've got Secret Clinical. Secret gives me 3 times more stress sweat protection, so he can't smell the fear, just the pheromones. Secret, stay fresher under pressure.
At Apple Valley News Now's Phase 3 Digital, we have the right message to grab attention and drive leads with strategies for your business to grow brands across the streaming apps you know best.
Plus, we have the local expertise that connects you with new customers in Central Washington, Northern Oregon, and the world.
Wherever your market is, whoever your market is, we'll get results that matter and build your business.
Phase 3 Digital from Apple Valley News Now. We know digital. Contact us today.
Wendy Redmond, Austin Reed, Stacy Lee Weather, Apple Valley News Now. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to be another beautiful day out there. A few more clouds up in the Cascades, but for the rest of us, a lot of sunshine and high temperatures that'll still be about 5 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. So 60s for the Cascades, low to mid 70s, even some upper 70s for portions of the Blues, then mid 80s for lower elevations. Wind gusts going to be a little bit breezy today in the Cascades, the Kittitas Valley, and the Blues. We'll see what ends up happening to some of those more active fire perimeters in the Cascades because of this, but pretty light winds for the Yakima Valley, for the lower Columbia Basin, and also in the Blue Foothills. In terms of tonight's forecast, we're looking at a little bit more widespread haze. We'll talk about that again coming up in the 6 o'clock half hour, but it's going to be in part due to some of those fires burning up in the Cascades, also some wind gusts out of the north and west at the surface level. Not expecting any widespread significant reductions to air quality, but it's something we're going to be keeping a very close eye on. Then for tonight, 40s and 50s across the map. Once again, wind gusts pretty light at this point, although they could still shoot down the mountain gap of the Kittitas Valley, some of those gusts between 20 to 25 miles per hour. The big weather day over the next 7 days is going to be on Sunday. We're dealing with rain chances. We're dealing with winds. So first, the rain chances. Looks like the best chances of thunderstorms going to be up in the Cascades. To the east of there, about 10 to 30% chances of just some rainfall. And keep in mind, again, the best chances for rainfall are going to be up in the Cascades, but even up that way, only expecting 0.2 to 0.3 inches of rainfall. So this is going to end up being a fairly dry storm system, but the wind gusts picking up into Saturday, but especially for Sunday, some of the strongest wind gusts around 35 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley. For the rest of us, anywhere between 20 to 30 miles per hour. I think that's going to help us out with the fire situation. That's going to help us out with the smoke situation. And the cooler high temperatures also going to help firefighters out with the Wildcat fire, with the Labor Mountain fire. But mid-70s in the Tri-Cities for Sunday and Monday. That's going to be short-lived. We'll heat things back up for Tuesday and Wednesday. Here is 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Mid-80s through Saturday, with haze picking up, of course, and then less haze with mid-70s Sunday and Monday. In Yakima, a run of warm, sunny, and hazy days through Saturday, then around 75 Sunday and Monday with a small shower chance Sunday. In Ellensburg, also turning cooler this weekend with a 30% shower chance, but feeling even cooler thanks to the stronger winds, especially on Sunday. In Hermiston, mid-80s with hazy sunshine through Saturday, then the pattern is disrupted with cooler weather and a small shower chance, and we're looking at the exact same thing in Walla Walla, about a 20% chance of showers on Sunday.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is 5:50. It's time for your morning sprint in our 5 o'clock hour. We start with the top 5 local stories that you need to know. First up, Kennewick police are searching for Joseph Flaholi. He has dementia, diabetes, and may be confused or lost. He was last seen yesterday leaving his home around 3:45 p.m. His cell phone was tracked on U.S. Highway 12 just east of Burbank. Flaholi was driving a silver 2005 Toyota Corolla with Washington plates of BFV 0676. He stands at 5'5", weighs 150 pounds, and was last seen wearing a white baseball hat, gray shirt, dark shorts, long socks, and black high-top shoes. Anybody who sees him or his car is urged to contact Kennewick Police at 509-628-0333. And the Tri-Cities Home Consortium has revamped its home ownership assistance program. It's now providing more support for low-income families. Previously, the program offered $10,000 towards a down payment, but now eligible buyers can get up to 20% of a home's cost, capped at $50,000. The program is available to families all across Kennewick, Pasco, and Richland. And at this time, officials say it's too early to know if more families will apply under these new rules. Yakima City Council has approved 2 resolutions that'll help strengthen traffic safety. The first one will provide funds for impaired driving patrols, also community education and outreach programs, and the second one will fund a regional crash team, which will investigate serious and fatal collisions. It's all designed to reduce dangerous driving in Yakima and across the surrounding region. Yesterday at the Pasco Airport, first responders staged a full-scale drill simulating a plane crash caused by a drone. Firefighters, police, the FAA, TSA, and the Port of Pasco all joined forces to practice responding to a large-scale emergency. Officials say communication is the biggest challenge in these exercises. 70 Tri-Tech students even acted as crash victims with special makeup and training. Officials say these drills reassure the public that safety is always the top priority. And once the exercise concluded, agencies debriefed and identified ways to improve their plans. And Sausage Fest 2025 is kicking off tomorrow in the Tri-Cities. The annual school fundraiser will feature locally sourced sausages, live music, games, and a mid-school dance, plus an outdoor beer garden for adults. And this year's event t-shirt was designed by 5th grader Ilana. And organizers expect around 30,000 people. Parking has been expanded with additional spaces along Long Avenue and also at the nearby churches and George Prout Pool. Highlights include the student chicken dance competition, which is today, and also a dunk tank event, which I will be taking part in on Saturday. Now to your national headlines this morning. President Trump says he'll designate the far-left group Antifa as a terrorist organization. In a social media post, the president called Antifa, quote, sick, dangerous, radical left disaster. He also vowed to push for investigations into anyone funding the movement. The White House says this is one of several actions targeting groups that fuel political violence, citing last week's killing of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. In your business news, Meta unveiled a new generation of its smart glasses yesterday. The company is continuing its partnership with Ray-Ban, but the new glasses have a tiny display inside the lens in addition to the camera the current generation also has. That makes it easier to interact with the company's artificial intelligence. Smart glasses are a niche product, but Ray-Ban says revenue from them has more than tripled year over year. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg said the product sales trajectory is similar to some of the most popular consumer electronics of all time. At $800, time will tell if he's right. Now to your health headlines this morning. A health company in Nebraska stepped back in time to see what was inside a nearly 4-decade-old time capsule. So on Tuesday, Bryan Health in Lincoln opened their capsule that was stowed away in 1987, and inside there were photos and clothing items. And the capsule also contained a brick from the 1920s energy plant and restraining straps from a psychiatric unit. The event was part of the company's 100th anniversary, and some of the people who helped seal the capsule 38 years ago were also in attendance for the historic moment. That is pretty cool. And talking sports now, Seattle Mariners catcher Cal Raleigh is rewriting the record books. So just 2 days after tying Mickey Mantle's 54 home runs for a switch hitter, last night Raleigh smashed his 55th to set a new all-time mark. Then in the very next inning, he added number 56, tying Ken Griffey Jr. for the Mariners' single-season record. Raleigh now leads the majors in home runs this season and has already passed the record for most homers in a year by a catcher. With 12 games left, he has a chance to chase down Aaron Judge's American League record of 62. And now trending this morning, a Texas company says it's a step closer to bringing back the dodo from extinction.
You Texans always up to trouble.
It's that Colossal Biosciences, I know it.
Well, the dodo bird has been extinct for about 400 years. On Wednesday, Colossal Biosciences, like you just called, announced that it's using genetic engineering to try and create a living, breathing version or copy of the bird.
They're also trying to bring back the mammoth, so I want the news on the woolly mammoth.
The dire wolf, I think. That's
that one too.
Well,
the company says it has the technology to successfully culture specialized cells from Nicobar pigeons, which is the dodo's closest living relative, and they say it'll take at least 5 to 7 years for the project to play out. I know some of the dodo's closest living relatives. Just kidding.
Well, Colossal is also working on bringing back other extinct animals, including woolly mammoths and Tasmanian tigers.
Oh, Tasmanian tigers? They're trying to do that too?
I guess so.
Is there an animal that you would like to bring back? Like, I would say dire wolf, but like, I mean, I don't know.
I'd say like a woolly
dinosaurs.
mammoth would be awesome to see.
Yes.
From a distance. I feel like it would be pretty destructive to our ecosystem. I feel like a dodo bird.
Well, from what I read, they want to release them up in the North Pole to like help with climate change. That's, I think, the goal.
I suppose that's beyond
I don't know if it should be something related to climate change, but that would be cool to help with the permafrost up there. Anyways. All right, coming up next on Good Morning Northwest at 6, future pilots and aviation pros, you're going to want to stick around for this because Bergstrom Aircraft is opening its doors for a career night in Pasco, giving Tri-City high schoolers a chance to explore everything from flying to aircraft maintenance and also hands-on experiences inside a training plane. We have all the fun details coming up in our 6 o'clock hour. Plus, your favorite TV hangout is coming to life. Friends fans can soon sip coffee on the iconic orange couch as Central Perk opens up its flagship location in Times Square this fall. We'll have more details, but Josh, what are you tracking?
Yeah, first hang out with your friends here. Me and Jessica, we're here.
Yeah!
All right, we have some hazier weather over the next few days and maybe some rainfall for Sunday. We'll talk about both those things coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.